Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events. Recording this Tuesday, December 26th at about 3:30 in the afternoon. Cold will be king. The Arctic hammer is going to get laid down on Arkansas one way or the other. It's the GFS versus the European computer model, and you have entered the no hype zone. There are some key differences between the two main models we look at. There are key differences, but they are saying cold, both of them. So this is Tuesday. We're going to get a batch of cold air tonight, but I want to talk about the batch of cold air coming in to end 2017 and to begin 2018. So I'm going to try to explain to you the differences as best as I can, and for that I'm going to go to the upper levels of the atmosphere and then show you the weather here at the surface. But I'm favoring the European computer model. There's not much support for the GFS. You're going to see some on social media. Unfortunately, you see a lot of this nowadays, but you'll see people who, and I admire anybody who has a passion for weather. I love it that people have passion for the weather. But just because you want it to be cold, I mean, you could find any computer model that shows it's going to be cold, throughout the entire winter. You'll find something out there. So many pieces of data. But then there's other pieces out there that show cold but not snow. So you got a lot of people pick and choose based on what they want. And I refer to that as wish casting. So there's the GFS. I'm just telling you right now, it's Tuesday. This is long range still, but the GFS, I'm just not willing to bite on it right now. It is laying down some extremely cold air all across the central United States with a much stronger area of high pressure. And the thing is that it's laying down snow and ice, and then puts the cold air on top of that, and it kind of amplifies that cold air, makes it even more extreme. I'm not going into that solution in terms of the snow and ice, not at this time. Not saying that can't happen, and indeed the European even shows that there's a chance for some of that. So this is, I'm going to show you on the left, you have the European, and you're looking at 500 millibars, about 20,000 feet, and I'll try to make this as simple as I possibly can for you. Then you have the GFS here at 500 millibars on the right. And you're looking at, again, upper levels of the atmosphere. On the GFS, you see this piece of energy, and watch right up in here. This is Friday at midnight, and then let's just take this out to, this is at 18Z Saturday, which is noon Saturday, and you have ridging across the western United States, and then you have a northwesterly wind flow, a little piece of energy coming down right here. It looks like maybe some clouds, and you can't rule out some light precipitation, which I'll show you that in the European. And then you go out to 18Z Saturday here, and look at that. You see a much stronger area, low pressure, stronger system coming through. Then you go to Sunday morning. This is Sunday at 6 a.m. And you have troughing here in the western United States. The Arctic front is just south of Arkansas. And you have a storm system. You're going to have that would induce an area of low pressure at the surface and create an overrunning situation, which would create, of course, snow and ice with that type of situation. Now that's it. I'm looking at the one on the right. That's the GFS. Let's go to 12Z Sunday here, if I can. There we go. Make sure I got the right time periods. Okay, it's much further towards the north. There we go. Further towards the north, it's not digging down. So it's more of a northwesterly wind flow, more ridging out here towards the western United States. So they're different in that regard. And that difference is reflected at the surface. And also keep in mind that you got some energy coming through in that northwesterly wind flow, and you have to look out for the southern stream energy here as well, trying to break through. But on the European computer model, this is Saturday, 1040 Arctic high, which is some very cold air coming in. You have northerly winds here at the surface. Let me back that up a little bit. It's showing some very light precipitation in the cold, near the frontal boundary. Friday night, Saturday morning, very light if any. Pushes it towards the south. And then it's got another wave coming in. It looks like on Monday. The front stalled out here across the Gulf of Mexico. That's Monday, New Year's Day. And you got some light precipitation across Texas and Louisiana, and that scoots towards our south. I think that's more of a realistic scenario. Now let me show you what the GFS. And again, I'm just not ready to buy into this right now. It shows some light precipitation on Saturday, but this is where things get a little crazy. In fact, they get a lot crazy. This is noon on Sunday. Area of low pressure develops here. Stronger wave of low pressure. Strong high coming down the plains. Almost 1060 millibars, which is just extreme. Maybe the GFS has got it right this time. I just kind of doubt it. That blue line, that's the 540 line. That's typically the rain-snow line. So you're looking at an Arkansas slushy with snow and ice across the state according to the GFS. Again, that's not what I think is going to happen at this time. Could that change? Sure. I just don't believe it right now. It's kind of an outlier. And you see that cold air coming in from the northeast. I mean, this is brutally cold air. I mean, it's got wind chills down to like 30 below. And I'm not going to, because it sees that very cold air and that snow on the ground. So that's at 18Z Sunday. So that's at noon Sunday. Let me show you what this looks like on Sunday at this exact same time. Nothing. So, I mean, it's huge differences. Maybe it'll be a compromise between the two, and there'll be something weaker in place. I don't know. I tend to favor the colder and drier solution of the European model. I'm not going to wishcast this stuff to happen, although I really, really do wish it would. Anyway. All right. So I'm going to show you the temperature differences here, because you're going to get a blank screen. That's all right. There. Now you see. From weatherbell.com, this is the GFS 2-meter temperatures near surface temperatures, and you can, let me see if you can't see this or not. Let me just tell you, Friday it's got 44 degrees, and then 35 and 38 for the differences on Saturday. That's with all the crud around. Sunday, 21 and 30. And then this is what it's doing. These are the actual air temperatures, 2 and 14. And then 0 to 20. I'm just not willing to, I'm not going to bite on that. I think what's more likely to happen is this. And I know these bars are not reflective of what these numbers, you know, these two bars should be equal to, because they're 36. And I don't know why it's doing that. But anyway, the point is I can't show you the European product from weatherbell.com. You're prohibited from showing European products without written permission or whatever. So I just take the numbers, put them on my own graphic. But anyway, so this is what it's showing. Saturday, 39, 34. No matter what model you look at, it's cold. It's just the European's not as cold. But this is dangerously cold. Let me explain to you. 18 to 30, 26 to 33, 23 to 32, 24 to 36, 32 to 36. So the first week of 2018, it looks like very few hours above freezing. And with all these hours below freezing, especially northern Arkansas, you're looking at a situation where it could turn into pipe busting weather. So that's the concern. So, I mean, you can, you know, if you get the GFS to verify, you get the snow and ice, then this would be possible. I tend not to believe that. But look, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days away from that. It's long range. I would tend to believe the European model, which is a colder and drier solution, has more, I think, a more realistic approach to what's going to happen. And it's cold. I mean, both of them are cold. And we got to prepare. I think this is going to be the coldest air mass so far this season. Christmas turned out to be the 9th coldest on record in Little Rock, dating back, tied to several other years, dating back to the 1870s. New Year's. I'll have to look at the stats for New Year's, because this one's going to be quite cold as well. So thank you so much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. I know kids are wanting to try to extend this Christmas vacation as far into the future as they can. They'd love to extend it to June, I bet. I don't think that's going to happen. But I know they want to extend this Christmas vacation, holiday vacation, as far into the future as they possibly can. And I'm rooting for you. Cold is going to be king, but I'm not quite sure about the moisture with this. And it's worth watching, and it's exciting to watch all this stuff unfold. And we'll do that here for you on the Arkansas Weather Blog, Channel 7 News, KTV.com. This is the Arkansas Weather Blog, your ticket to big weather events in the no hype zone.